Hello students, I am Krutibandhu Seti from Government ITI Cuttack. Today we are going to discuss about this is the third class of the CNC, and we are going to discuss about the concept of the coordinate system and CNC machine axis convention. So in the previous classes we have discussed about the elements and the main parts of the CNC machine. We have discussed many elements from starting from the like CNC lathe machine main parts like chuck, bed, tailstock, hydraulic systems, pallet changer, etc., and all other items including your switches, etc. Today we are going to discuss about the basic thing of our CNC machine operation, that is the coordinate system. But before going to starting the coordinate system, first we have to see the control of the CNC machine. Now when we are going for the control of the CNC machine, we have to understand how the CNC machine operates. What is the basic principle of the operation of the CNC machine? Now what happens? Now this diagram is the illustration that I have provided for the better understanding. This is nothing but the control panel, machine control panel, or it is in short form it is called MCU, or it is in some people tell it is the control board only. Now we can see some of the switches also there. This is one called the visual interface or the LCD monitor, through which we can manually enter the program, and a program is nothing but the sequentially alphanumerical codes. That is some example of the program is given here. So what happens? We are giving the program here manually. Otherwise we can put the program by some external method like putting the USB cable, USB or your LAN drive also. Now what happens? According to the program will be converted into the electronic signal by the controller inside this panel board. Now what happens in the control board's work is to convert this program into particular electronic pulses or electrical pulses. Now those pulses will be given to our drives, that is installed in our CNC machine, that is on the x-axis, y-axis or z-axis motor drives, and getting those electrical pulses or drives from the control panel, those drives will be actuated, or these are activated, and those after that it will get our required movement in the CNC machine, or our particular type of cutting operation will be carried out. Now these are some of the part programming that we have going to do in some of the next classes. As you can see here, it is some written like this: x minus 10, y minus 10, z minus 10, like this. We have many of this coordinate system, and we know the basic things of the coordinate system from our high school classes. Now in this session we'll only see the coordinate system, and before going to system, how it is be controlled. Again, the control of the CNC machine will be done by in two ways. Now before the CNC machine has developed, the NC machine has the vital role in the industries. What happens in the NC machine? In the NC machine we are using this type of control system, that is called the open loop control system. But in the CNC machine we are basically using the closed loop control system. So the CNC control system using two types of control systems: open loop control system and closed loop control system. Nowadays this open loop control system is now obsolete. We are only using this closed loop control system, and why we are going to see now. Now we'll see what is the open loop control system. Now as the diagram see, now we know that we have to give some input as the program to the controller. Now we have put some program to the controller convert that program to the electronic or electrical signal, and it will give to our drives. Then the drives will gives the motion to our guide ways or the cutting tool, so the actual cutting operation will be carried out. Now here in this diagram we'll see this is the CNC controller. This gives the electronic signal to our drives. Here the drives are called, this one the z-axis, what we have discussed in the previous classes, and this one is the x-axis. That's one. This direction is y-axis, this direction is x-axis, this vertical direction will be considered as your z-axis. This one is nothing but the VMC, vertical machining center, or it is the CNC milling machine. Now these are the three drives, and these three drives will get their pulses or the power from this CNC control in a particular pulse way. Now getting the particular level of pulses, this will be activated and what will happen? Now this will operate at a particular speed, so that our actual movement will be possible. How? Now this will be converted, the rotary motion of the motor will be converted into the linear motion by our ball screw mechanism that we have discussed in the previous classes. But what happens? Now suppose in the program we have given 5 micron movement, but this controller will give the signal to move for the 5 micron, but due to some external loads like the temperature, humidity and external loads, vibrations, those are some external noise also will be there. Due to that, actual movement will be not the same as the programmed value, so there will be some error. So in this open loop control system, as per the program, the actual position or actual velocity obtained may not be equal to the programmed value. So there are definitely some error. So the accuracy would be hampered here. We cannot get our required accuracy with respect to our program. No, so this is the drawback of our open loop control system, which are basically used in the NC machines. Now, in order to remove such type of drawbacks, we have to use this closed loop control system. In the closed loop control system, what we have? We have a feedback system we have in this CNC machines. Now we can see same, we are having the input. We can give the input as a program to the controller. Controller gives the signal to the step. This is the stepper motor, or your definitely other DC servo motors or stepper motor may be used, and this servo motor will give you required output, that is the particular rotation or the position for positional or your velocity accuracy will be obtained. Now what happened after the movement of the drives? The feedback or the encoder will be placed in the drives. It will gives the signal to the again controller whether our drives has getting the required, has obtained our required positional accuracy or a velocity accuracy. Now if the system has not getting the required value, required position or required velocity according to our or with respect to our program, then what happen? Encoder will give some error or some difference in the values. This difference or the error will be taken by this drive, and another electronic pulses or signal will be provided to our drives to get the exact position or exact velocity to the with respect to the program. So here in the system there would be the no chances of your misalignment or the backlash error. That means in this closed loop control system we get our required positional accuracy and velocity accuracy with respect to our program. So within a micron movement, like this 1 micron movement in the CNC machine in the XYZ axis is possible, which is not possible basically in the NC machine due to some external factor. And we know that this this minute movement, like the 1 micron or 5 micron, and we know that micron is the 1,000 part of the 1 millimeter. So within this minute movement is possible in the CNC machine. So this closed loop control system is vital to control the CNC machine to get the required positional accuracy and the required velocity accuracy. Now we'll jump over to our main topic of the today, that is called this one is diagram is nothing but that we have already discussed how this CNC controls. That the input device we have the machine control unit, data processing unit, control. This is one the driving system, machine unit. The same thing that I have already explained you. Now we'll jump over to the coordinate geometry. Nowadays all the CNC machine will uses Cartesian coordinate systems or rectangular coordinate system that we have discussed, that we have covered in our high school career or in the first years. So we know that in the Cartesian coordinate system we have in the 3 axes x, y, z, and all these 3 axes are perpendicular to each other, and 2 axes will lies in one plane. Suppose I have drawn a diagram here. Suppose this one, this line representing my x axis, this line representing my y axis. Both the axes lies in the same plane, that is in the blackboard, and the other axis, that is the z axis, will lie in the different plane, that is outside of the blackboard towards you, towards the camera. Now this axis convention is very important for our creating of the part programming in the CNC machine. Now Cartesian coordinate system comprises the fourth quadrant. That means here this space is called the first quadrant. This one second quadrant. This part is third quadrant. This one is the fourth quadrant. The center part is called the origin, and origin is always recorded as the reference point. That is the 0 value that we have already discussed in the high school careers. Now, the Cartesian coordinate system is a fundamental system used to describe the motion of the tool and workpiece within the three-dimensional space. So what happens? We are giving in the program as inputs as the coordinates. That means we are giving the location or the position, different position in the part programming, so that according to the program, tool path will be created, or tool path geometry will be created. That means in which direction the tool will move, which location the tool will cover, so that our required cutting or machining operation will be carried out. So in order to create the part program, our fundamental thing is how to clear about the coordinate geometry. That means Cartesian coordinate system here. Now that I have already discussed, this diagram is here. This one, I have represented this thing is here also. This represent as the first quadrant. This one is the second quadrant. This one is the third quadrant and fourth quadrant. First quadrant represent the both x and y axis will be the positive one. Second one will represent as the what? Now x axis will be minus, that means -1. Y axis will be +1. Third quadrant, both the axis will be -1. Fourth axis represent the x axis will be +1 and y axis will be a -1. For an example, let me draw. Suppose this one is my P1 point. This lies in the first quadrant, so definitely is x and y value will be the +1. Now, so what will be the location of the P1 point? Now from the x axis, from the origin, what distance it is situated from the x axis, this direction? Now it is in the 2. Suppose it is in the millimeter, so 2 millimeter distance from the origin in the x axis. So what is the height? That means y axis. What is the distance of y axis from this point, from the origin? Now from this height, this is all represent 3. So this P1 location will be represented as x first 2 and 3. 2 and 3. So similarly, we can locate the different points according to our geometry. That I have represented same thing as the top view. That means x, y in the same plane. Isometric view, that z will be lies in the different plane. Now, in the CNC milling machine or vertical machining center, now we have the axis convention of the axis, that in the coordinate system, that the spindle, this one is the spindle of the vertical milling machine, where the motor is fitted or the tool is be mounted. So always in the machine, z axis will be parallel to our spindle. That means vertical represents the z axis, and in the plane, this one will be our x axis that I have already discussed in the last class. This one will be our y axis. Both x and y will lies in the same plane, that is in the table plane. The table lies in which plane? That will be same, and the z will be the perpendicular to each other. This is the axis convention of the CNC milling machine. And next we will see the axis convention of the lathe machine. That means in the lathe machine only 2 axes will be there for our machining operation. That means this one is the z axis, as I have already told you. This one is the spindle, that means the chalk is mounted on the spindle. So the z axis will be parallel to our now the spindle axis. So here this one is the z for the feed direction, and this radially, that means this direction is represent the x axis, that is represented also here. That means in the conventional machine, whatever the feed we have given, that is the z axis. Whatever the depth we have to given, that will be the conventional as x axis. Okay. Now we'll see how many types of coordinate system will be used in your CNC machine. There are 2 types of coordinate system we are using in the CNC machine operation. That means the absolute coordinate system and the incremental coordinate system, in order to find out the dimension or the location of the points to create the part programming. Now what is the absolute coordinate system? In the absolute coordinate system, what will happen? Every point is measured with respect to a reference point or origin or datum. Here just before I have given an example that this point location will be calculated with respect to the origin, or this one is the datum point. With respect to this datum, this point's location is calculated. Now this method comes under your absolute coordinate system. Generally it is preferred to write the program with respect to our absolute coordinate system. Whenever we are using the absolute coordinate system in the part programming, we have to activate a code where we have to write a code in order to activate the absolute coordinate system, that is the G90 code will be used to activate the absolute coordinate system. Otherwise it will not be activated. And using this absolute coordinate system, it will be very easy to check the program. If you are doing a complicated job and we have to do the part program for the complicated job, then it will be very easy to check the program by using this absolute coordinate system. We'll see again in the detail how the absolute coordinate system will work. Now this one is example for your better understanding. This one is a rectangular component that I have shown you. This one, this part is visible to you. Now this represents the x-axis, this represents the y-axis. The corner, this corner of this rectangular job lies with the origin. Now the length of this rectangular job is 60 and the width is 50. Suppose you have put a rectangular job over your table of the CNC machine. Now when you are seeing its top view, it will be look like this, where the length of the job is 60, width is 50. Now there are the 4 points at the 4 corners, P1, P2, P3, P4, and we have to check out the what its coordinate with respect to the absolute coordinate system. P1 as lies with the origin, so definitely its coordinate value will be, the x value will be 0. There will be no increase of the x value and no increase in the y value. So this P1 x value will be 0, y value will be 0. This next will be the P2 value. Now the P2 value, the what is the distance this P2 point lies in the x direction, this thing, this distance, this is called the 60. Okay, so the x value will be the 60. What is the y? That means the what height of this point lies above or below this origin point? No, this point lies at the same level as the origin. Origin where the y value is 0. So this point also lies at the origin line, that is the x-axis. So y value will be 0. Now next 3 point lies the same distance from the origin, that is the x-axis, that is the 60 value, same 60 value. What is the height of this P3 over this origin? Now this P3 lies above the origin at what distance? Now this is this distance, that is the 50. So I have represent the x-axis 60, y-axis is the 50. So 60, 50 its location. The P4 just lies above this y-axis. In y-axis we know x value will be 0 because there is no increase of the x-axis value, so x0 will be there. And as this is point lies above this origin at the height of 50, so y value will be the 50. This one is the simple diagram you can do for the complicated programming. Now we'll see what is the incremental coordinate system. In this incremental coordinate system, all the points are measured from the previous point. How we'll see? With incremental coordinates, the current position will be acts as the origin for the next position. Suppose we are moving the coordinates, or we are moving on the location, so the previous point will be taken as the origin. That means here every time origin changes, but in the absolute coordinate system origin is fixed. We have to take it in this mind. Now here what happens, suppose for a complicated job, for the part programming, it is very difficult to check the program. But whenever it is your convenience whether to write the program in the incremental coordinate system or your absolute coordinate system. So in order to activate the incremental coordinate system, one special code is used, that is the G91 code is used to activate the incremental coordinate system. We'll see how the location will be calculated in the incremental coordinate system by an example. The same, the rectangular job will be placed here. Now I have to calculate the coordinates of this rectangular job with respect to the incremental coordinate system. The first point will be always calculated with respect to the origin, as this location lies at the origin. Now, so the P1 same, x-axis value 0, y-axis value 0. Now, when we are moving to the second point P2, our previous point is P1, so this one is considered as the origin, which is previous is also origin. So this one is a reference, P2 will be the next point. So with respect to this reference, what will be the location? Now in the x-axis it has moved 60. In the y-axis it has not moved in the upward or in the downward direction, it has just lies over the x-axis, and at the x-axis y value will be 0. So this value will be same in the absolute and your incremental coordinate. This P1, P2 value same, you can see. Now when you move to the P3 value, our previous point P2 will be considered as our what? Now origin. So this P2 is now our origin. This point is now our origin. So this one will be considered as 0, 0. Now what will be the P3 points? Now as it is above this point at the height of 50, so only y increment is possible, but there is no increment of the x-axis. So this x-axis value is 0 and height is only 50. as considering the P2 as the origin. So with respect to the P2, the P3 location will be 0 and 50. When you move to the next point, P4 value, the P3 will be considered as our origin. So with respect to the P3, what is the P4 value? Now, as it is the origin, this one is the origin, we are moving in the negative direction in the x-axis. This one is the origin, because the origin changes in the incremental coordinates, the previous point will be always as the origin. So as it is moving on the next negative axis of the x direction, so P4 will be the minus what 60 as moving from the minus from the origin, and y axis there will be no increase of the up value or down value or the y value. So in the x axis y value will be 0, so y value will be 0 here. Same if we move to the P1 value, P4 will be considered as our what now origin. So with respect to the P4, what is the P1 value? Now as it is considered as our origin point, so as we moving in the downward direction, so this one is the negative y axis, and in this axis x value is 0 and y value will be in a negative 1. So with respect to the P4, for P1 location will be the x value 0, and this is moving in downward direction, this is negative axis, this one will be a minus 50 as with respect to the P4 location. So this one is the absolute and incremental coordinate system of our CNC machine. In the next class we will see what are the reference points in using in the CNC machine. There are another example for the turning coordinate system. This one I have already drawn for you. This in the turning, this one is cylindrical job. This one is the considered as a reference. This one is 10 diameter, 20 diameter, 30 diameter. So this diagram is same here. So XZ we will see in the next class. This is illustration diagram. So for the next class we will see the reference points and format of the programming. So as it was a one-way communication, I invite your queries if any through my WhatsApp number that is given in the slide, and thank you.
झीटीए तो माटी आम सामाजिक और पारिवारिक जीवनर मूल कथाटी से माने आगकू गले आगकू जीव संसार आम झील मैंने आ पुओंकठू पछरे नाहांती एबे तो बदली गलानी समय बदली गलानी जुग से झील माननकू आहुरी आगकू नहीं आत्मनिर्भरशील और स्वावलंबी करने ओडिशा सरकार सुदक्षा योजन सरकारी आईटीआई माध्यम संपूर्ण मागणार जोगई देउछंती सबु प्रकार उत्कृष्ट मानर वैषयिक ज्ञान कौशलर तालीम। एबे आम झील रहिबे सबुठू आगरे सबुठू उपरे।
मु सफल मु कुशली मु सुदक्षा।